Man, these videos used to be shorter. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. In fact, this is a re-review. So, we have got SabineWrensWife here. Now, when we did this before, the account was called Helix. So, we're going to be re-reviewing it, and we've got, I'd say, was it 6 months we've just seen? Either way, it's a pretty small gap between it, I feel, but that is also plenty of time to actually have a bit of progress in the roster. And straight off the bat, we can see one very big improvement, at least as far as before and after, as far as Sabine goes. Title and name on the account, I'm not surprised, but we've got Eradicate Sabine. When we did the review last time, Sabine was 6-star and I believe gear 10 or 11. So it has come along a long way. So congratulations on that. We will look further in a moment. In the meantime, let's just go into your account. Okay, so SabineWrensWife. We've got a total GP of 2.417 million. So that's come a long way in those interceding months. Zetas, 27. 2 Omicrons at present. Top 80 GP 1.152, top 65 1.025, ships 0.933. So ships are coming close. We've got nearly close to the 1 million mark, so that's looking good. As far as relics, we've got 9 relics. Let's see, so the breakdown of those, we've got 1 relic 8, 5 relic 7s, 1 relic 5 and 2 relic 3s or below. So then we just look at the speeds. Speed mods. We've got no 25 pluses yet. We've got 3 20 pluses, 17 15 pluses, and we've got 1 4% or higher mod. So that's looking good. Room for improvement naturally, but still it's looking good. Let me just check your GP again. 2.417. So you're just a little bit smaller. Sorry, a little bit bigger than my baby account. So there is room to improve, like I say. I mean, my account that JJ's only got 2 25 plus mods, I think, maybe 3. So you've got room there as far as actually improving your mod game, but let's just see how you're actually using the mods, because that's going to be the important thing here. You know, you can have all the good intentions in the world, but let's just see if they're actually being put to good use. So, first things first. You were working on your first order. They do seem to have come along some way. Let's go faction by faction. I've been doing that a lot lately, but first order do look improved. So we're going to start with 501st. Pretty much where they were before. I'm not too surprised at that. Maybe there's been an unlock for Arc, I think. But generally, it's looking good. Just to clarify for everyone, I have just had a quick skim through the last video just to see where things were. I haven't memorized things, but I've had a quick skim through. Things are looking... I've got a rough idea where things were to see where they are now. But I may miss a few things, so feel free to shout them out in the comments if you've noticed. Okay, so Bad Batch. They've come along a bit of a way since last time. The stars are a bit of slow progress, but it does seem there's a bit more gear. I seem to remember that I did comment last time that maybe you were just struggling for Kyros. So it looks like you've been trying to apply a few at the very least. I do have sympathy. It's a bit of a slog doing these. Again, JJ's doing it right now. Yeah, I mean, forget the actual stars, which can take time because they're not accelerated. Just actually trying to put gear on them is a pain. But if anyone's watched my channel in the last 2 months, I've been loving Bad Batch. I think they're a great team, even at low stars. So this is a great investment. I've got no complaints. I mean, out of curiosity, how fast is your Echo? 303, well done, well done. Okay, I've got to say that is brilliant. You've got that faster than any of mine, so well done. Going to say you got 15, 14, oh, hang on, 13, got 15 up there, and a 21. Brilliant. I'm going to say there might be a point when those mods have to shift to maybe a more important tune as far as just something that's maybe more top end of your roster. But Bad Batch, I'm a big fan of them, even at this gear. So even though I might say if you can spare a mod for someone else, I completely back you modding Echo that way. That is fantastic. Okay, Bounty Hunters. Okay, again, I'm going off memory a fair bit here, but it doesn't seem like a lot of progress. Bosca's probably had a little bit of gear. I think he was level 1 last time. You've unlocked Fennec. But I don't notice much else. I remember you got Mando, I think a 5-star last time, so you got him to gear 11 at least in that time. But off memory, at least, I'm not remembering much else. I know there's a fair argument here. Make notes. I might start doing that. I'll admit I've rushed this recording a little bit. I've run out of time this week, but I want to get a video out. It is the beauty of being able to just keep saying do a re-review. It does mean if I feel like I'm letting someone down, I can always push another one out down the road. Okay, so droids. Okay, so Chopper's gear 12. We have noticed the Phoenix flavour in your account, so that's not a surprise. Dark Trooper 4-star. Okay. At least the imps are coming along in that regard. T3. T3 7, so you'll be able to do something with JKR if you haven't already got him. Let's have a look further down the line. Your Empire. Okay, so Vader's now Relic 3. He was gear 12 before, so that's nice progress. You've got your Zatron Papa Palps. I'm loving that. Death Troop's an interesting one. I'm going to say gear 10. Quite interesting. I'm not going to look at mods because, to be honest, Death Trooper doesn't really need specific modding, so I can comfortably leave that. You've got your Thrawn. I'm going to say it could do with being a bit faster even at this gear level. You know, just 66 speed from mods is a little low, but again, this is where you constantly have to farm mods in this game. It's a pain, but it is the best way to improve. Just keep farming the speed mods. When I say speed mods, I do mean speed secondaries. Okay, so I'm comfortable leaving most of this. You've got Gideon at 4, Piet's unlocked at least. There's good stuff going on. You've got Royal Guard at 7. Maybe thinking about Sith Eternal Emperor after SLKR. Okay, Ewoks. Okay, we got Logray unlocked. I did say last time, and it was advice to everyone, get your Logray farmed up, just for the fact, even if you're just getting him to 7-star with no gear, at least you've got him unlocked. So yeah, good progress there. Wicket, I do stand by Wicket being one of the easiest farms in the game for the simple reason you're getting stun guns with it. And if I'm right, CG are planning to make a change where they reward more gear on hard nodes. So that's more reason to farm Wicket. I mean, in all honesty, I might actually start farming Wicket again, even though I've got them all at 7-star for that simple reason. He's going to be, if it is true they're going to put more gear or more gear drops on hard nodes, then I might as well get Shard Shop currency at the same time. So that'd be my advice, just get Wicket. Even if you're not really working on Ewoks right now, you're getting stun guns. And hopefully soon you get more stun guns. Okay, First Order. So yeah, fair bit of progress come along here. You're actually taking them to Relic 7, so that's a bit of commitment. Nicely done. What I will say, I'll come back to mods maybe down the road, but what I will say on hooks, 284 speed, very nice. I know Helix has watched a fair amount of my streams, but what I will just point out for anyone who hasn't, crit avoidance is a sly little way to mod hooks. I'm going to say, you've got the speed arrow, I'm guessing, yeah, so it's not bad by any stretch. If you want to just push it up that little level, you've got crit avoidance in the mastery. If you mod for crit avoidance and you've got good speed on the crit avoidance arrow, it's just a sneaky little way of just making him a little bit harder to crit, which when you're doing SLKR mirror matches, for instance, is quite good. But not to mention, just if you're using Hook's lead, you don't want him dying, because as soon as Hooks dies, the team falls apart. In fact, that could be said for a lot of First Order comps with Hooks in. So yeah, giving him crit avoidance is certainly not a bad thing. So one to consider, folks. Okay, so let's see, we got Red Trooper at 7. Offhand, I couldn't tell you what my Red Trooper is, but you've got, you haven't got a lot of speed, which isn't bad. You don't need a lot of speed, but that looks like good offense. I mean, I will have to quickly check this. Yeah, you've actually got more offense than I've got on my Crimson account. I'm currently at 9,843, so you've got about 400 more offense. So, well done. That is very nice. Just to complete the comparison, I've probably got a bit more speed on mine, but you've done quite well here. I mean, I went for crit damage and crit chance sets. You've gone for offense and health. I'm not going to say that's wrong. I mean, I'll back my own call as far as crit damage because I like the option of using the Red Trooper outside of First Order, or SLKR I should say. So crit damage is nice then, but when you get into the point of doing a First Order mirror match, offense is not a bad option whatsoever. So yeah, I'm loving the actual physical offense. I think you've done well there. Did you have crit damage triangle? Offense triangle, right. Okay, I'm liking the modding though. I think that's a nice little build. Okay, I'm going to just skip along for a bit. I want to just speed a bit through the factions, just see how you've actually come on in the time. But we can always come back to mods. Okay, so GR, let's have a look at them. About the same as last time. You've got your Kenobi up to 7-star now, so well done. You hadn't unlocked it before, or at least if you got it 5-star and it was sort of loitering your roster, it's now unlocked. Yeah, your GMY is a bit like my Temin account was for a long time. Mine was worse, to be fair. Mine was gear 11 until maybe earlier in 2021. So, yeah, you've made more progress than I did in, what, 3 years of playing? So, good on you there. Chewie. Okay. I'm not really sure what to say about Chewie. I remember the discussion in the comments last time as far as it was for TM removal, when you used to do the normal pit raid. But yeah, that looks a bit over-geared, well, at least compared to what I remember. I'm curious if you've just decided to gear it up for Padme. Yeah, just let me know. Let's see what else we got here. So you got your padders. You didn't have that last time, so well done. Qui-Gon. I can't see a Zeta there, so that doesn't mean he's got an Omicron. You've got your Geonosians unlocked now, that's nice. A couple of stars missing, but still, they're going to be working for you. What I would say, if you can get them to 7-star, obviously you're going to be getting Watt shards, or be eligible for Watt shards. But even so, GBA is still one of the best tanks in the game, or he creates one of the best tanks in the game. So maybe just pause a Rowlet farm at some point to do that. I know the pain of that. So many times I've had to say, do I stop now to do something? It's tricky, but if you do decide, right, I'm going to just plunge in and do some shard farming instead of Rowlet farming, GBA wouldn't be a bad shout. It's a bit of a shame, actually, because he was in that, was it light side drops recently, over Christmas? And yeah, that was great. I think I got mine 7-star thanks to it. So yeah, I really do get that. He's so useful. I really need to give him some more love on my main. Jawas, anything just by chance here? No. I'm going to say, after the other day when Jacko surprised me with some Jawas, I am going to keep checking them, but yeah, maybe not as much as expected. Okay, so you got JKR, congratulations. You will need the Zetas. It will do you a lot of good once you've got them. I know they're a pain, Zetas. I mean, when you just look here, the lead is a little bit, it's missing a bit, isn't it? So once you've got the Zeta, it'll look a bit better. I mean, I phrase it that way because obviously the team is these 5 on top minus Kanan. You can put Kenobi in there if you're not using him with Padme, but if he is with Padme, which really should be, Old Ben would work. You could use Ezra if you wanted. Even Qui-Gon could maybe be a weird 5th. Or you could actually go the other way and try and put Qui-Gon lead with the Omicron. But maybe not actually now I say that. I've just realised is it all Galactic Republic? I cannot look here. I don't think it's Galactic Republic offhand. I'm pretty sure it's only Galactic Republic. Ki-Adi-Mundi's unique. Okay, I'm waffling a bit there, but yeah. Well done on getting a Jedi team. A Jedi team will really help you out as far as just giving you an option in GA. So yeah, well done on that. Let's just move along. Your Mandos. Okay, I did actually, like I say, I've skimmed through the last video, and I did say last time, maybe just give Zetas to bow and armor, so you've done that. I'm going to say hopefully that's serving you well. I had a comment last time, though, saying that they've been holding well on defense before that, so I'm curious if they're getting on alright for you now, because how I'm looking at that, I don't know if it's just me. That's Sabine Wren at Relic 8. That should be very tasty as far as dealing damage with under bow and armourer. I mean, just supposing she gets called to assist via bow lead, that should be some good damage coming out. I mean, let's have a look at what you've got on her. 19 speed, you got 32, a 13, crit damage with speed, bit of potency. Yeah, I wouldn't say potency is needed. I'm going to be honest there. You haven't got speed in there either. The touch of offense, probably the worst mod out of the out of the 6. But honestly, the other 5 are great. What I'm looking here and thinking is maybe the potency's all right if you try and remove the turn meter. Sorry, not remove turn meter. Who am I on about? Sorry, I saw turn meter there, and I think I've got Raid Horn in my head. But yeah, you wouldn't need it for that. This, I believe, cannot be avoided. It doesn't say it, but the attack can be evaded, but once the attack lands that Armor Shred applies, I don't think it can be resisted. That's the phrase I was after. Same with Demolish. I don't think I've ever seen these debuffs avoided. This attack cannot be countered or evaded. So yeah, it seems like the debuffs will land. So potency isn't needed. So if you can, I know they aren't easy to get, but if you can get an offense primary with a bit of speed and offense, you're golden. I mean, what are you at right now without that? 256 speed, that's pretty good. And 9,000 physical damage. I mean, I couldn't say offhand what the high point for an offense on Sabine is. Like, I don't know anyone else who's got her at Rally who I could compare it to. But I would say quite comfortably 9,000 is solid. I mean, take someone like General Skywalker. You know, if you mod him defensively, you get 7,000 damage. If you mod him offensively, you can get up to 9 to 10k. So 9k for Sabine at Rally is pretty solid. So I'm liking it. And I would say if she gets called to assist with Blasters Akimbo, she should put some decent numbers out. The only thing I'd add is this team, even though it's probably doing alright for you, it's going to start cannibalising stuff as far as you're losing Django and Mando from the Bounty Hunters. So I'm thinking, could you do something with Gar and Imperial? Just to have that, how do I phrase it, that flexibility in your roster. So, again, right now, they're doing great. In my view, these are actually better tunes than these two. But moving forward, I'm thinking Django and Mando are so great. I mean, Django's great everywhere. He can go in Seppies, Bounty Hunters, Mandos. So it's not like he needs to leave this team. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking Mandalorian especially is much better in the Bounty Hunter team. So you're looking and you're thinking, could you farm something up to, at the very least, replace him, but possibly even replace Django? So you got Gar and Imperial Super Commando here. I'm trying to think, who else is around? I can only think of Maul that might be unfarmed. So if the only other option is Maul, I will check in a moment on my own. But yeah, if that's the only option, I don't really know what you could go for. Okay, so I've just looked up, and it is that. They're the only two other than Beskar, Mando, and Maul. So maybe we can have a look at your Beskar Mando requirements. What I would say, though, you don't want to be relying on Maul. Maul's a great leader, by all means. If you get him, he will be your leader. But I think for myself right now, this is probably the best team. But if your Bounty Hunters do start to improve, you will want these two farming up. So maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing to actually give Super Commando and Gar Saxon just a little bit of gear. I mean, Gar is a little bit meh, to put it mildly. He does have counter chance, I believe, in his unique. He's got an AoE, so he isn't terrible, but by no means is he fantastic either. What I have seen, I've got a guildmate, and I'll be happy to show you this on stream sometime. I've got a guildmate who's got him at Rally 7, both him and Imperial Super Commando. And the fact is, neither of them are tanks. But if you do build them up, they do have tanky qualities that then, under Bow lead, she grants that special ability, what's it called? Ancestral Armor, that's it. So, dispel all debuffs on this character, then gain defense up, taunt, and tenacity up for 2 turns. So, by no means is it a great ability as far as you have to force the taunt. It won't just randomly appear like it does under Maul lead. But it does mean that you've got that option. You can say, right, if I need Gar Saxon to taunt for 1 turn, he'll taunt. And especially the higher gears you take him up, he will taunt quite well as far as soaking up damage. I mean, it's like I say, the only thing this team lacks without Maul is a taunt that appears when you need it. So, yeah, I've waffled on about Mandalorians a lot more than meant to here, but I wanted to actually cover it a lot more because you've got a very big investment here. And I know that it was more out of love than, a desire for gameplay. But, like I say, I'm thinking, what can you do to get the best bang for your buck? Because, again, Sabine, she could be off with Phoenix for all I know. We're going to see that in a minute. But if I'm looking at what I can see with Mandalorians, I'm thinking, okay, Bo's obviously worked well for his lead, or I'm assuming anyway, maybe using Armourer. But what can you do pushing forward? So, my little bit of advice, maybe just build these 2 up. Just get your tanks in order, or at least your tank. Yeah, Imperial Super Commando, to my knowledge, is an attacker. Yeah, he isn't really a good attacker, but he'll do something at least. Okay, Night Sisters, let's just move on. Okay, so they're about the same place I saw you leave them last time, I think. You've got Undying Sacrifice available, so what I would do, I would actually just try and just apply a few Zetas in this team. The thing about Night Sisters, they're a very easy team to build, and I myself feel very sorrowful for neglecting them. All you need is gear on Daka, and really gear on Ventress, I'd say, just for the fact that, someone to actually apply damage. I'll tell you what, I've been looking at Discord, just checking my notes more than any other video so far. Okay, so this is how I've just read it, okay, because I was talking with a guildmate the other day, and his opinion was to do Daka and Spirit. If you take Daka to Ralix, take Spirit to Ralix, it doesn't matter too much about the others, because them 2 will carry it. Now, I will stand by my own point of view that I think Ventress is worth working on, just for the fact that she's a gas requirement. But if you're just saying, right, what is the minimum attack to make this team usable? A bit of gear on Daka, just so she can survive. And then you need Talzin lead Zeta, Daka's Zeta, Ventress's unique Zeta, and I'd say you're quite good then, because the idea would be Daka's Zeta gives a max health when someone dies or a Night Sister ally dies. So these are pretty squishy. So in theory, the allies will die quite often and she'll keep gaining max health. So you don't need to invest in the others as much, because she can keep bringing them back and she'll keep getting tankier the more they die. So it's not a bad thing to actually leave some of them a little bit under-geared, but you do need to invest in Daka. So maybe one for you to consider, just as far as if you just want a 1 to 2 tune investment, that's hard to say, then all you'd need is Daka and either Ventress or Spirit for dealing damage. Zombie's pretty much where you need Zombie. It's got the Undying Sacrifice ability, so all you need is to essentially mod them just a bit and apply the ability mats. Okay, that's food for thought. Maybe not a priority, but I'm just putting it out there. Old Republic. Okay, so all the JKR Rex, understandable. You've undergeared. Malik's maybe not a priority right now based on no candy, so no problem. Okay, Phoenix is where I thought this would get interesting. Hera Omicron. So, yeah, this one's interesting. I did discuss it in a video recently, but I don't think this is the best Omicron out there. Now, I'm saying this and it sounds negative, like I'm saying don't put the Omicron on. Let me clarify out my thoughts. If you've got a good gear level on Phoenix, it does make sense. If you've got no other faction that screams out, oh yeah, I'll put an Omicron on this or I'll put an Omicron on that, then yeah, Phoenix makes sense. You may as well make them a bit more useful. But I'll look at it and I think if you compare it to like the list of Omicrons and you say which one, if you've got every faction in the game, which one do you apply it to? Then yeah, Phoenix is probably down the bottom end. You know, maybe Rose Tico was probably just a little lower. And even that I think had got use. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it's not bad by any stretch. It certainly gives Phoenix more viability. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking... Well, actually, what I'm thinking is, how is it getting on? That would be the question I'd be asking you, Helix. I'm calling you Helix, SabineWrensWife. I don't know which one you prefer on the video. But, yeah, I'm thinking here, we've got Counter Chance, Max Health, which is nice. Speed Bump. Yeah, there's good stuff in the Territory Wars Omicron. So, with that in mind, have you started modding for health? Not by the looks of it. Again, Omicrons are quite a rare material right now, so if I were you, I would actually start trying to keep that in mind as far as when you're modding, just try and keep health in mind with Phoenix. I mean, if you don't use Sabine with Mandos, I don't know if you are, but if you are, make sure these 5 are modded for health. I'm sorry, I've just done Chopper. I know the relatively low gear. Oh, by the way, sell that thing. I will always say sell accuracy arrows. Yeah, crit damage on Kanan's not needed. Sorry, I'm nitpicking now. It's like a tap. Once I see it, I can't stop. But, yeah, just going back to my base point. I mean, you got health here. That's looking good. Health. There's offense there. Zeb, I do believe, is quite good there. You need potency on Zeb, in my opinion. But you've got to get health secondaries in there. I'm looking and I'm thinking, when a kit, or when something like Hera's Omicron, when it screams out something like max health, you think, right, let's feed into that. Let's make it so that even if they get through my Kanan, he's going to have a massive health pool. That's the way I'd be thinking. Let's just make it so that it's obnoxious. Let's make it that it's so annoying that it takes forever to get through it. So someone might try and do, say, an Emphas Nest solo on your Phoenix. You're thinking, oh yeah, it could probably cope with that. And then you don't realise that max health is just making your Kanan so annoying to break down. I mean, I'm probably pointing at the wrong one. Kanan's, what? He has got Zeta, but he's about gear 8, I think. Gear 8. So he does need gear. But just the principle stands there that if you do mod with max health in mind moving forward, that team could become quite annoying on defense. And if used on offense, then it just means they're going to take more shots. So I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm saying there. Obviously, you've got to keep in mind the things they want naturally anyway. So if you're talking about Ezra, it's damage. If you're talking about Zeb, it's potency. But if you keep feeding health throughout the stats, you're going to be onto a winner. Again, I showed it in the last roster review with Grogu, who's in one of my guilds, if you like. But yeah, Grogu, I showed how I use the mod optimizer, and I advise anyone to look at that. If you're hearing me talk about stats and you're thinking, well, how do I get health on here, or how do I get speed on there? I feel like I showed the mod optimizer quite well in that video. So by all means, just go and take a look at it, because it's free software or free website. It'll just help you with your modding. So by all means, just have a look at that. Let's have a look at the rest of your rebels anyway. So you got CLS 7-star, well done on that. You've got your Chewie at 5-star, so well done on that. You got Raid Home, I think you had that last time, so still, well done. And then you got your hyperdrive stuff, so okay. You got R2, I did neglect that. I feel like R2 isn't a legendary now. I don't know about anyone else. Even though he's a tier down from, or a tier up, or whatever you want to call it, from Yoda and Palpatine, he still feels a bit easy to get. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being snooty. Resistance. A Red Jedi training. Okay, not a surprise. You've only got 5 on Han and Chewie. My guess is this isn't a priority. So, yeah, by all means, if it's not a priority, not much else to say, really. Scoundrels. Okay, so Stormtrooper Han Gear 9, I think I've hit that same brick wall a couple of times where Han wants a stun gun and I say, can you wait for it? And then they just constantly wait. So Han, yeah, I feel for him. I think if he hadn't have had that stun gun in his kit, a lot of people would have taken him to higher gears by now. But you got Dash at 3. Dash should be doing you good in GAC, even without the Omicron. Just checking you hadn't applied it. I'm actually curious what your other Omicron is. So you got Wat Tambor now, very nice, 5-star. I stand by what I said about the Geos. You know, if you get them all to 7-star, you can chip in and get Wat Charge yourself. Not to mention, if you do get Wat 7-star, you then help him with Shard Shop currency. So by no means do I think farming up Geos to help with it is a bad thing. Maybe not a priority, but I still don't think it's a bad thing. But yeah, Dooku's coming along slowly, 6-star. Again, you've watched my streams, you know I love Dooku, so just slap some mods on him. He'll do a lot of work for you on his own at times. Sith. Again, reading the comments, it seemed like I got confused last time. You had a Sith team in Arena, and your First Order was the bigger faction. I got comments later saying you use First Order mainly, so I'm kind of grateful Arena's gone for that. It means that I don't have to fixate on Arena teams. But it was confusing, I will hold my hands up there. But yeah, just looking at this, it looks a bit chunkier than last time. I mean, marginally. We've got Red Trooper is now Relic 7. Vader's looking a bit beefier at Relic 3. We've already discussed a bit of this. You've got Marauder there, 3-star. So yeah, there's little bits of work being done. I mean, I can't remember where Pop-Up Alps was last time, but Gear 12's still solid. So yeah, good stuff. And pretty much I've gone through every faction there, so we're going to look back to the main screen. And first of all, I want to see where this other Omicron has gone, because that is intriguing me. Is it gone on Phasma? Yeah, it's gone on Phasma. Okay, so I've got Phasma Omicron myself on Crimson, my ult, and I do like it. I haven't had too much of a chance to use it, but when I have used it on offense, I've liked it. I think it's just got that, I wouldn't say unpredictability about it, but if people don't see it, they might get surprised by what they see. I have found that it does... There is a team that can work well. It just requires a bit of precise modding. So Phasma, she goes quick. She gains 100 speed, I believe. Is it 100 speed? Yeah, she has plus 100 speed. So what's she at for you? 327. So that will be faster than quite a lot of teams, to say the least. And if they're poorly modded, you're still going to get a big speed bump against some of the bigger teams. So I look at that and I think 327. Now, I've thrown First Order Officer in the team with her. How fast she got him? 245. So quite a bit slower, but actually that might benefit you. So 245, you can then use marching orders. What I would say, the team comp I've used is Phasma, Kylo Ren, and then it's been Executioner, Special Forces TIE Pilot, and Officer. And I'm trying to remember the turn order here, because I have modded it specifically. It's Phasma who goes first, she'll grant all the turn meter, and then the order should be Officer, and then if you're playing it manually, you pass a turn to the next fastest. So, First Order Executioner or Special Forces, whichever one you've managed to get next. And then leave Kylo Ren to last, for the very simple reason. Lash out. Last line, First Order allies gain, and allies with advantage gain 25% turn meter. So the thing is, by the time all of the First Order allies have taken their turns, they're probably getting close to another turn already. So you use Lash Out as your final turn of your goes, then they're 25% close to taking another turn. You could always try and do it the other way around. You could always try and do First Order Officer passes to Kylo. Kylo does Lash Out. The reason I don't particularly like the idea of that, these two would essentially only take one turn in the loop. Whereas if you can leave Kylo to last, then you've got 4 characters taking a turn before Kylo does, and then hopefully Phasma's ready for her turn again. So that's how I do it. Whether it's the right way of doing it, I couldn't say, because I don't know about anyone else. I haven't seen a lot of Phasma footage. But yeah, that's the way I've been trying it. So anyone who's seen Phasma TW footage, let me know what you think about that, or let me know if you think something different is better. But yeah, that's been my thought process so far. Okay, so as far as Kylo, let's just see how you've got him modded. 13, double protection, speed, defense protection, speed, protection. Okay, crit damage. Yeah, it kind of works with crew lead. I really don't like seeing it though on the tank. I'm sorry. It feels wrong. If that was on General Skywalker or even Malik, I could kind of buy it. Just in the sense that that is the kind of mod that... I mean, I've rolled that myself recently, and I was saying online, I don't know why I rolled this. I've got a blue mod like that, and I've got no understanding why I rolled it. But someone did say maybe you were thinking of a Skywalker or a Malik, and I'm thinking, maybe? But yeah, I feel for you a bit there, because I'm looking and I'm going, I've made the same decision myself to roll something like this, and like you, it doesn't really fit the character it's on. For me, it's IG-88, so that's a lot worse. But, yeah, I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, I bet there's an attacker out there who's got, say, a crit damage set, who you could just maybe put a defense pair set with it, and that crit damage would just add on to it. So that'd be my advice. Just see through your roster if you can apply that to someone else who's an attacker. There's got to be one toon out there. You're going for health here. You got protection, speed, health, speed, bit of health, defense. Okay. I did say this last time, but I'll just recap it for anyone else. Your health is looking good here, so I'm praising you on the health. You've actually got a lot more health than I've got, I believe. The key stat for crew, at least with SLKR teams, I know you haven't got him now, but that looks like what you're building towards, is armour. So your armour's looking quite good, to be honest. A little bit shy of the target. You want 72% minimum, but you're looking very close. I mean, 3%'s neither here nor there in the long run. So you're looking very close. If you can get that armour without sacrificing the health, then that's a bonus. Now, what I would say, did you have a good defense mod anywhere here? A little bit there. Ooh, you got that. Okay. That one is a weird one to roll, but if you could roll that defense stat, oh, you could have a really thick crew. I mean, that could be nice. Yeah, it'd be a very weird one to roll. I mean, if you roll speed, it's great. If you roll health, potency you don't want to roll on, because crew just doesn't benefit from it. So, there's 3 stats there that aren't bad to roll. Potency's the one that I'd be really upset if I rolled myself, but if you rolled any one of those 3, it wouldn't be bad. So that is one to roll, I would say. Okay, I've already looked at your Sith Trooper. I thought that was good. What was your Kylo Ren speed, by the way? 237, so that's actually very nice. I mean, where was your execution and special forces? A little bit slower. Okay, so if you could get them 2 toons up a little bit faster, essentially if you can trade the speeds of Kylo with them 2, you've got that team that I mentioned down. So again, let me know what you think. Maybe you don't want to do a remod and work that out, but that's what I've liked trying. So I don't know, just tell me what you think. Okay, I've been talking for 43 minutes nearly, so I'm just going to try and get some summarising thoughts here. So, what I'm seeing for certain, you've got a great first order group. You're closing in on SLKR. How are your ships coming for that? a little bit shy on the on the command shuttle, sorry. Silence to 7, advance to 7, the fighter 7, slave 1 7. Who else is there? Hound's 2 for 6, so you got a bit of work still to do there. What else was there? Xanadu. Xanadu's 5. Ooh. Okay, good thing with Xanadu, you're going to get Droidica for free, so you don't need to worry about that. I don't recall IG-88 being a requirement. It may have been, but... Well, IG-2000, I should say, but I don't recall that being a finaliser requirement. If it was... Yeah, it can't be, can it? You don't use it in the event. So yeah, you're going to get Droidica for that. You've got Django already to get that, so you're getting Django shard shop currency via that. Bosk, you could do a gearing up a bit. I think at that gear level he might just be a bit too squishy for the event. Let's just see. Negotiator. Okay, you got progress there. Are you you Galactic Republic looking for Negotiator? A little bit squishy. Again, I can't comment. My Negotiator on Tamin isn't fantastic. To be honest, I don't think I've got a great Negotiator anywhere. But yeah, I would say, you know, you've got work to be done here. But even if you throw it down on defense as is, it'll probably still cause someone a problem. So I'm not going to nitpick that. So yeah, again, I want to wrap up a little bit. I want to just get to concluding thoughts. But your Phoenix faction should cause people issues. Maybe not major issues, but I know for myself, if I saw Rallic Phoenix, or at least Rallic Hare as it is, you've got work in progress with Chopper, he's gear 12, and the other ones were lagging a bit behind if we're leaving Sabine with the Mandos. Your Phoenix faction could cause issues for people as far as, again, I say to myself in GA, if I see Rallic Phoenix, I think, even though it's Phoenix, I do need to treat it with respect. So I can't go and try solos on it. I do need to actually, you know, try and hit it with something good. But yeah, if Sabine's with the Mandos could be a good faction. Maybe need a bit of gear and Rallics to really keep them competitive as you get further into the game. Don't forget, as your skill rating improves, you're going to face tougher opponents. The tougher opponents will know how to beat teams like that. So, again, I'm not being negative. I'm just reminding you that as much as you might win with a certain team, or as much as a team might hold, this new system is designed so that eventually you'll come up against people who know how to beat what you've got. So, yeah, hopefully the Mandos can still do good for you. But if they aren't, maybe just that little extra gear on Saxon and Super Commando could help. Your Bounty Hunts could do with a bit of work, but if you could just apply a little bit more gear to them, then you've got options. You would need a Zeta or two on Bosk, but if you did that and these two are left away from the Mandos, you could then do a team of Bosk, Mando, Boba, Django, and Fennec of all tunes. I'm not saying that's great, because you've only got the one assist from Bosk, you haven't got the two from Grief as well, but at least Fennec can trigger the contract quick, so Fennec would be an option. You could also do Django Leave for the same reason there. So yeah, you got options there, but maybe just need a bit more gear in your tank. Let's see what else is there. Your Jedi faction look good, so they should be doing you good. Your Bad Batch were good, so they'll be doing you some good stuff. You got Trey who can help you with bugs if you need the help. Rebels need a bit of improvement, but they aren't bad. CLS is there. I mean, again, I know that Rebels just do need the gear to really be effective, but they can do a lot of stuff at low gear, so I'm not knocking them. But yeah, I think that'd be what I'd say. There's just a few factions that maybe could do a touching up now. If you're at the end of an SLKR farm, I do respect that. You've got to get those tunes done. You can't keep procrastinating, going to other factions, doing other things. So any advice like this, just treat it as once you've got SLKR done, because that is the big thing. You do need your GL, especially after the investment you put in. But treat all this as like things to do once he's done, because when you've got your GL, first of all, you're going to be able to hold a lot better against opponents without Galactic Legends. But even those that you have got them with, you can then start to improve your roster more because you aren't focused on the Galactic Legend. So you can fill out these factions a bit more and just improve them. So it is what I would say. Just once you've got SLKR done, start working on these other little bits and bobs, because if I'm right as well, I mean, sorry, I missed Palpatine as well. You got Palpatine to do as well. But yeah, as far as just finishing off these factions, it looked like it made some seed progress as well. I might have been mistaken, but was there a little bit? Krennic maybe? No Krennic. Maybe I was imagining it. I think maybe I saw Royal Guard and I jumped the gun a bit, but maybe that's an option for you. You could double down and do C after, or even Executrix, but then that would be a big investment. You need the bounty hunters and all that. But how I look at it, you've got a lot of potential direction to move once you finish your Galactic Legend. I'm curious what you're thinking, because that Sabine Wren is very nice. Yeah, other than the two options we've seen, Phoenix and Mandos, I don't know what else you could do with her. So I hope she's getting good use for you, because I stand by what I've said in previous videos. You do need your 6 dot mods, so if you can improve that one, that would be good. But you have got the 6 dot mods. Ideally, you need the right mods, which I think you've done. And so you've got crit damage, you've got protection. Protection maybe could be sub for health if she's with Phoenix. You've got speed. Maybe you can improve that one a little, get speed with some offense in there. But again, I'm nitpicking now. I'm really looking for fault. So yeah, take that as a compliment. If I'm actually looking for things to nitpick at, it's because what I'm seeing is good. So yeah, honestly, I'd be happy to do another review down the line. You know, maybe just a little bit longer, just give you a bit more time to do things. But yeah, I look at it and I think, you know what? You're making good progress from last time. A lot of the teams that maybe were a bit less filled out last time have been filled out. So hopefully, given a bit more time, I mean, let's just say the next review was around 3.3 to 3.5 million GP. I would wager by that point you will have made a lot of progress. And I'd like to think you'd have a faction or two that maybe were kind of worked on here. By then you'd have them filled out. That'd be my hope for you. And in that time as well, you got time to work on mods. I think your mod game's improved a lot since last time, at least based on what I've seen from me a quick look through the last video. So keep working on your mods. You've done a lot of good progress there. So yeah, like I say, if we do another review around 3.3 to 3.5 million, that's, I'd say, a comfortable 6 months or more down the line. So yeah, give me a nudge when you're getting to that mark. But yeah, that is it for this roster review, folks. Almost double the length of the last one. It's why I made that point at the very start of the video. The first one was 20 odd minutes long, and I'm like, how have they ended up being 50 minutes? It's like an average ballpark. I know why, it's because I can't shut my gob. So that's what I'm going to do here. If you haven't already seen, I've changed the YouTube channel name to JJ's Productions Twitch. I feel the clues in the title there. I am on Twitch, so if you aren't already following me over there, please do. Follows are free. Subscriptions aren't the same as YouTube. They do cost, but I don't ask for anything like that. I just, when I say please subscribe on YouTube, I just want to make it clear that subscriptions are free over here. Alright, catch you in the next one, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now, everyone.